So how you feeling today, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's pretty nice out in
Hey.
Illinois. How you doing, man?
I cannot complain, bro. I went to the dentist this morning and they said you're fucked, but whatever, man. I still got some teeth.
Yeah, I feel you. I just went to the dentist too, like last week, but they kind of said the exact.
We're at that age, man. We're like, all right, so we could yank a bunch of them out and put some new ones in, last you forever, but it'll cost you way too fucking much. So I'll wait a while, man.
Yeah. New teeth is very expensive, no joke.
It's not, dude. It's no joke, man. I swear. You know when you have like nightmares and your
Yeah.
like teeth fall out?
Oh yeah.
Ah, that shit's scary. But that's like a sign that you have like nerve or stress in your life. So it's figure that shit out and then move past that crazy shit.
Yeah, move past that and keep all your teeth.
Exactly, bro. But thank you, bro, for agreeing to this. And let me introduce myself. My name is Izzy Israel. I'm from Zion, Illinois. I'm an artist, and this is Keeping It Contemporary with What Is Real. That's the series of interviews that I'm working with for myself. And basically, they are artist interviews for people that I've listened to, I watch, I hear, I look out for. So you're on my radar, bro. You're doing some good shit. Please keep on doing it. And I've been, following you and you guys for a couple of years now, man. So I appreciate what you guys are doing. And as a fellow artist, man, I'm just impressed with the work that you guys are producing and you yourself have done. And I just want to know. I just want you to know that I'm a fan and I want to keep listening and keep up the good work. But again, this is Keeping It Contemporary with What Is Real. What is real. So, let's see. So, introduce yourself, bro, and what you are, who you are, a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Jalen Herschel Hill. Um, yeah. So my rap name, my stage name is Hirsch, and it comes from my middle name. And I'm a just creative rap artist from Waukegan, Illinois. I've been doing it for some time now. It's like ever since high school, almost 10 years now. I've been doing
That's
this.
awesome.
Yeah.
What got you into wanting to write, wanting to rap, perform?
I'm not gonna lie. At the time in high school, like towards my junior and senior years, I was like Odd Future inspired me a lot.
Yeah,
Like they were just like same age, like around the same age, and they were just like your group of homies you have. Like that's like when I look at them, like I'm like that's me and my homies. We all hang out, do silly stuff like that all the time, and now they're at like a point where they're like
they
new
they're
age
top of the world.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
But but
Uh,
yeah,
so your middle name? What was your middle name?
Herschel.
Herschel. So that's where you got the Hirsch from.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So you didn't have to play around, and no one had to give you that.
Yeah. It just worked.
Um, so you do music, right? Like you produce music also?
In the beginning, I was producing. I
Yeah.
used to make beats on my iPad. I used to have an iPad,
Yeah.
iPad Mini, and I downloaded this app called iMachine
Yeah.
because I remember seeing a commercial for it on YouTube, and Chuck English from the Cool Kids was like the star of the commercial, and he was making beats on his iPod.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I got to get this app. If you could just make beats in like the palm of your hand. And when I went to look it up, it was only $6, and I had made like a lot of beats on it. That's the song you mentioned, Osmosis. Like I
Yeah.
made that on that iPad.
Yeah, that goes hard, bro. I thought you were working with like a synthesizer. So I was like, this beat is really dope, and it does sound like some keys on the synth. So knowing that it came off an iPad, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the technology you can have at your fingertips now.
On your phone, bro.
Yeah.
So who's your like producer now? Who do you go to now for your sound?
I mostly have been working with Don Trevino. I don't know if you've like like heard of him. He does a lot of work with my homie Ease World, who's
Yeah.
also in who I also do music with. He produced my last project, like my EP at this time. He produced all 3 tracks on it, all like soul, well not soul, just all sample type beats. And when I first met him, he was making a lot of those type of beats, like soul sample beats. But lately he's been really in a creative like run, and he's been making like a lot of stuff that's no sample at all. And he's like playing a lot of chord progressions himself and stuff like that. He's just really talented. So I work with him a lot mostly. I was just with him yesterday. And I have another producer who actually produced Big Fly. His name's Crazy O. I've been knowing him since I was like 18, and he produced a lot of my early music. And I went back to him recently this year or last year to produce Big Fly. So like that was pretty cool reconnecting with him.
So what is Big Fly? Like, what is Big Fly to you? What's the project like? What does it represent?
Big Fly, like I'm really into themes like overall. And like the theme for that, I was just trying to bring back like the nostalgic feeling of the beginning of the rap blog era. I was trying to bring that back, and around that time, like being that I'm not far from Chicago, growing up, I would listen to a lot of the Cool Kids and like Lupe and Kanye and stuff. And the Cool Kids was like one of my like main influences growing up, like from middle school. And the Black Mag song, like it's just super classic. And I just thought I've been getting really good at like flipping songs,
Yeah.
like flipping like lyrics and stuff like that, and just making it my own. And I was like, I think I can do this with Black Mags, and like I just need the right beat. And that's when I contacted Crazy O, and like the bass he has on that beat, it just like it has this like the same feeling, like that really hard bass. It just sounds like some Chuck English type like those drums.
I
And I'm
love
just like,
the drums on it. Yeah, dude.
yeah. I'm like, I can recreate this whole feeling like of that song. So I just wanted to do it. I just knew I could do it. So
Um, so who did the art, the album art for Big Fly?
it was actually me and my homie Alex Giraldo. He's from Chicago. We spent the whole day shooting in his home studio. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Like we did a lot of other photos, and like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be working with him again to do a project artwork too, like in the future.
Nice, man. Yeah, I've seen a lot of his work around, and yeah, he's a pretty good guy here locally in Chicago. Um,
Yeah,
I liked how much you guys packed into one frame, like how
yeah,
much like art and references and like jewelry and the bike and your shoes, bandana. There's a lot, right? There's like interest, and to me, it's like that's what I was. For me, it's like I feel all this shit. As a young man, you collect your favorite stuff. To me, it's very nostalgic to the '90s, but it like has the modern day flair. So you're like a young man with your own style now. So that's really cool, and it represents you very well. uh, so who are the Guala Boys?
the Guala Boys. Well, first of all, let me start how, how that name even came about. So in high school, me and all the homies, we used to watch State Property a lot. We used to watch State Property all the time, and it's pretty much a reference from that movie. There's like a scene where Beanie Siegel and his right hand man, they go to pick up a drop, like a drop of coke,
Yeah,
like from the Colombians, and they don't call them Colombians, they just call them gualas.
yeah.
They call them gualas, and they're pretty much the guys they need to get in touch with to just like move on to the next step of being like a bigger
Bigger
like drug
bosses.
deal. And then like we just used to be silly and just call ourselves the spaced out Guala Boys all the time.
Yeah,
And yeah, and then we just kind of ran with it, and we're just like, that could actually work as a name. Like it just rolls, like we just say it so much, and it just rolled off our tongues. We're like, yeah, let's just run with this. Let's just run with it.
Where does the spaced out portion of that come from?
Because of what our like the content we like to rap about and like our interests, we're like fascinated with like anything to deal with space and things like that. Like just anything to do with space, like NASA. Like me and E's World, we talk about SpaceX and Elon Musk and like that type of shit like all the time. And then like even the stuff that we're into, like BBC ice cream,
Yeah,
like how the logo is the space astronaut.
yeah.
So it's just like we love shit like that. So like that's where the spaced out part comes from.
It felt like a billionaire boys club type feel from that, like the logo you guys had for it for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
Exactly.
what you guys do with your touches and interpretations of pop culture or like hip hop culture. Yeah,
Yeah.
it shows, man. Just so you know, we're watching.
Yeah, we like me and we really try to get those references across. Like we're really particular.
Yeah, dude. No, I've noticed, man, with a lot of E's work too. So you guys are making it your own, and it looks good. So
Appreciate it.
yeah, bro. Um, so talking about like art references or references from hip hop, who are your what artists do you look up to, or who like influences or inspires you as a artist rapper?
Um, I pull a lot, like, well, musically, I pull a lot from hip hop artists. I pull a lot from Lupe Fiasco. Like I reference him a lot on my first project. He really should hide. And the Cool Kids definitely. The Neptunes, Kanye. Yeah, that group of people. Like man, that's just my childhood right there. Like I
You,
grew up on
you got
all those.
that's like a good palette of people to look up to.
Yeah, but
Like
also
music making.
yeah, I also pull inspiration from like non-musical artists. Like for instance, Cause. Like
Yeah.
I'm just super obsessed with all his work. Like artists like him, Futura, like those type of contemporary artists. Like I get a lot of inspiration from artists like that too.
So it's like old school graffiti turned
Yeah.
fine art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Piet Para, him too. Like his work is dope. Like all those contemporary artists, like, they're so good.
So like what genre would you put those artists under? Now, like you look up to them. Are they like street artists, fine artists, designer artists? It's like what do you call them?
I don't even know. It's like I could say designer artists because of the work they've been doing as of recent, but I would say designer and fine artists. Like that's what I would say.
For sure. Let's see. Uh, so you were part of the High Five, right?
Yes.
Um, could you talk about that group and who was a part of the group?
Yeah, it was pretty much my whole group of friends that I was telling you about that where we would all watch State Property. It was pretty much that same group of friends. And it was my homie Ricky, my friend Mario, Ease World. I had a friend Jose, myself, and I had another friend named Davari. We're all in the group, but just as time like kind of went on, like my friends, like we're still all friends, but you could just see less people taking it serious, like less serious than me, myself, and Ease World. So we kind of just like abandoned the name, and then we kind of when we rebranded into the Spaced Out Guala Boys, and they were all still there, but they weren't taking the music as serious, and we were fine with it, but it was just like that was kind of like why we had to abandon the name. It's like if not everyone is gonna take it serious, then we can't be called High Five anymore. Like,
I mean, it happens when it happens. It happens when shit happens.
yeah, it's like I still get support from all my homies, but it's just like it's just a little different now.
Um, could you talk about your song and music video Player One?
Oh yeah, man, that was a minute ago. Yeah. Um, yeah, that was when I had the pretty much basketball themed project, the talking about practice, which was a Allen Iverson reference. That song, I just wanted to like it was. I feel like it was like really egotistical, but I just wanted to display like my skill, like, and like kind of brag about myself and like just show it off because I that song I've performed it a cappella at a show, and like people have gone crazy over that verse, like super crazy over it. And yeah, and I have like so many like so many basketball references like line after line because that was the whole theme of the project, and I feel like that song is pretty much the pinnacle like of that project. Like that one song sums up that whole project of like what I was trying to get across. Yeah, that was one of my favorite songs I had ever written. Yeah, it's a really dope one.
I had a question about the old school. Was it a Stingray Schwinn?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause yeah, I pulled up to Indiana to do a video shoot with Vinny,
Mm,
cause I think he heard the song through E. I think he sent it to him. He's like, oh, I wanna work with this guy. I want to do a video to this song.
yeah,
And he knew the theme I was working with, and he's like, oh, he's trying to do like basketball themes, and he's referencing Allen Iverson. So when we went to do the shoot, he provided like all this old school gear, like old school jerseys, the bike. He had a bunch of old school stuff, like old school like phones, like old
yeah,
school.
like the technology, like the Walkman on the chest,
Yeah,
the phone. You guys
yeah,
in the woods and some camo.
yeah, like a no limit type vibe. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
that
like, yeah, no limit. What was it like Dipset?
yeah,
It was
yeah,
cool, bro. I like that. I like that feel.
yeah.
Um, could you talk about Osmosis, like as the song, and Osmosis, the music video, but the song first.
Osmosis. When I was writing that, I was kind of like in a weird space in my head, and like when I was writing that song, when I was writing it, I felt like I was being really, really just transparent with my thoughts and like what I was feeling, and like I'm not sure how to describe like exactly what I was feeling. It was just like it was more of me just like trying to get through what I was feeling, like just getting it out there and like telling myself I can get past all this stuff I'm feeling. And yeah, and that was when I was learning how to write, learning how to like be transparent with my writing. And then when I did the video, I just wanted to this I was really starting to get into visuals, and I was just like thinking how I can be like creative. And I hadn't seen anyone do a video with the backdrop
This is
like
the projector.
yeah. Oh my bad. Someone tried to fake it. But yeah, I had never seen anyone do a projector video, and I had a homie Diego. He was the only one I knew with the projector, and then I had my other videographer friend Marco. He put together this clip, this long clip of like all these references that kind of went along with the verse,
Yeah.
like with the thing. Like I don't know how many people paid attention to it, but if you pay attention to what I'm saying and what pops up, like during those parts, it all coincides with everything I'm saying. Like I think there's a part where I say, like oh man, I think there's like a part where I'm saying I'm about to shine like a spreading eagle, or I'm about to fly like a spreading eagle through the sky, and then like there's a big ass pterodactyl from Jurassic Park that pops up, and then like there's a part where I'm like, you see my eyes, and then there's a scene of Dragon Ball Z where like where they transform into the ape and his eyes turn all red and he gets huge. So I was just trying to like do stuff like that, like get people's attention that way with the visual, like really, really being on point with it.
So it was like a music video within your music video.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's super cool. Um, So, do you create music now?
Yeah.
How
Oh,
do
you mean like?
you like beat making? Do you make it right now?
No, I don't. I don't produce right now. That iPad I had, it got crashed. But so I really want to get back into producing.
Yeah,
But the fact that Don Trevino, he's just been so there for us. Like he's
yeah,
there anytime we need him. I just haven't like fully gotten. I haven't taken the steps to get back into it. Like I haven't bought in the laptop, which I plan on doing later this year because I really want to get back into it. Because there's beats I've made that people have asked me for, and I'm just like I can't even like
I can't do
say
that right now.
do that anymore. And like on Easeworld's first project, there's a song on his album I produced, and I was originally gonna use that beat for myself,
Mm.
but he kind of swooped in and he was like, "Yo, I need this beat, like I need it." But like I'm still on the song, so it still worked out. It still worked out fine. But yeah, I definitely want to get back into producing because yeah, I was fairly good at it, and I had just been doing it for like a year and a half.
No, it's definitely something to get back into.
Yeah.
So I don't have any more questions, but we could go off scripted if you want. Like I still have a bunch of questions in my head.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. So being from the area, right? What local, people were influence of you?
When I first started, there was this guy. He's still around. His name's Freddie Boom.
Oh, yeah, I know
Yeah,
Freddie, bro.
yeah, Freddie. Yeah, he was a real inspiration for me because he had the underground like '90s type of feel. When like I would see him, I'm just like, yo, this dude is like this is that real rap. Like this is what I'm into. This is what I already listen to. So I'm just like, yeah, he's helping feed my creativity while I'm getting inspired from my future, seeing some people in LA do it. I
Yep.
mean, that's no, but like I'm not around them to like soak up any type of game or even just see it one on one. But then I see Freddie and like I would see him locally. I go to his shows and things like that, and I'm able to talk to him and like just get his like opinions or advice or anything like that from him. So yeah, he was definitely one. And Pierce. Him and Pierce.
Chris Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at was it Freddie's what was it called? Album drop party. He's a
Mm-hmm.
cool dude, man.
Yeah,
He's super cool. And I listened to the whole thing. He sent me an email with some tracks before it dropped, and I was like, bro, this is gonna be a hit. I was like,
yeah.
it's gonna be like the summer album for the next summer.
Yeah, yeah,
um, but yeah, no, he's a super cool dude, man. He's a really good lyricist, and he's a creative guy, man. That's what I like about him. He's so creative with the words.
yeah. Super good, and he's always been like that too. So it's just like seeing that definitely get inspiration.
Right?
Definitely.
Oh man. So so have you been? I lived in Waukegan for your whole life for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. Cause yeah, I lived in Waukegan, but I went to Gurney schools actually. I live at like the end of Waukegan,
Yeah,
like literal end. So I was able to go to Gurney schools, but I lived in Waukegan for the most part, like where I would hang out after school and everything. It
yeah.
was in, yeah.
Did that feel like two different worlds in a little bit?
It did because he lives. Do you know where Blanchard is?
Yeah,
Like he lives right down Blanchard. Like we both live at the end of Blanchard pretty much. And he had to go to Waukegan schools.
yeah.
I got to go to Gurnee schools. So when I would come like around his neighborhood and hang out with his friends and stuff like that, it just felt so different. It was just so different. I was like,
Did it feel
I'm
more like home, your homies?
yeah, it did.
Yeah,
It felt like I could be more relaxed. Where it was like Warren kids would, I don't know, it's just like they'd be off put by regular things, and it's just like you probably just not used to being around these type of people, I guess. But
real people
yeah, it's like
doing real shit.
it's like maybe you were too coddled as a kid. I don't understand it sometimes, but
I don't know. Um, so I think growing up in the area, like what influenced you as like like a young person? a kid, what did you like to do?
Mm, I really just liked music, man. I was just really into music, like listening to it, like studying it. And I felt like that's what like gave me my sort of my confidence with starting to rap because I'm like I've been listening to rap for so long that it shouldn't be too difficult for me to pick it up and like just start somewhere and progressively get better. So yeah, I was mostly just listening to a lot of music. I wanted to like I was into sneakers and stuff like that, but being like when I was that young, I didn't have any type of money, so there was no getting any type of sneakers. I would always see my older brother. He went to Warren schools too, and he would have all the shoes. Like he used to like line up at Beaumont like all the time, and have all the shoes. Like I like my shoe collection I have now is because of him. Like I have some of the same shoes he had from then, just because he had them. Like yeah.
So would you consider yourself a sneakerhead or just a sneaker enthusiast, a lover of shoes?
Right now, I would just say a lover of shoes.
Yeah.
Like I don't give myself a full blown sneakerhead because my collection is not like crazy or anything. Like, I got a few back though, but it's nothing crazy.
Like
Like
anything to get you fresh,
yeah,
get you
yeah.
by.
Well, I don't know. Like these, hold on.
Show me, show me, show me.
Like these right here, like these.
Oh, those are fly.
Yeah, these are glow in the dark too.
That's even better.
Yeah, and like these are a pair of shoes my brother had like growing up, and
Yeah.
when every time we would go to the movies, he would wear these. Like and it was just like the biggest flex of all time. So I'm like, man, and I would ask him for the shoes all the time, like in middle school, and I wasn't his size, but I just wanted to flex on all my friends at school. And man, I used to just annoy the shit out of him. But like now I'm at the point where like I can afford to get all that stuff for myself. It's like I can bring that nostalgia back actually into my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's the reason I get like all this shit, like the Bay hoodies and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How many Bape hoodies do you possess?
At one point I had 4, but I have 3 now. I have 3. I sold I had the all over print star one.
Yeah.
And that was my second one. That was my second one. And like I loved that hoodie for like the first 3 months I had it, and then I was just like, this hoodie is really loud. I don't think I could wear this all the time. And then what made me get rid of it is because like I knew I would be too noticeable. Like I wore it to when Kanye had the Sunday service in Chicago. I wore it to that, and like I was just like I was like a Waldo character pretty much in that crowd. Like it was like yeah, the kid right there in the star hoodie, and like I remember like Andrew Barber came up to me and that was the first time I met Andrew Barber, and he was like I think he looked like he only noticed me because I had on the star hoodie. He was like, oh, that hoodie's really dope. Like, and I was just like, wow. Like I was like, I mean, he noticed me, but I'm like, I still don't like this hoodie. Like I can't wear this all the time. It's not gonna fit my style forever.
Yeah.
So I have to sell it.
All right. So you like Bape. So what other brands are you into?
Um, I like Original Fake a lot, like because of cause. Undefeated's always been one of my favorite brands. They've always been consistent. Like they've always had good stuff. Um, Nike, like Nike, because I just like their shoes a lot. Polo. There's another brand it's kind of newer,
Yeah.
but called Felt for Every Living Thing. They make a lot of dope, a lot of dope like things like t-shirts, jackets, bandanas. They do a lot, and they're pretty new, but all their stuff is like quality. And I have yet to own one piece, but I've seen it, and I'm just like, man, like this is like what streetwear used to feel like
Yeah.
when I was in high school. I'm like, man, this feels like when Diamond Supply was at their peak. Like this is like how it felt when I would look at their stuff. So they're a pretty dope brand too.
All right, so let's go back to music. um, what besides like the Chicago people, do you have influences from anywhere else in the country?
Mm. I've just recently, due to E's World,
Yeah.
there's this guy Gunde Garcon from California. At least I think he's from California. His music is pretty good. Like it's like future like it's like futuristic, but like man, I don't even know how to explain it. But yeah, he's I feel like he's almost ahead of his time right now. But he's about to blow up soon enough. And he signed already, but like I feel like not too many people know about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would say are you thinking like you're saying all over the world
I was
or
saying the country, but it could go all over the world.
like artists and it doesn't have to be like it can be any type of artist.
Any.
Artists like Skepta, like the way he's been able to transition from UK and like to America and like have all these fans like that's inspiring because I've had people like not too many people like one or two people hit me up from other countries like French people or Japanese people and they're like, oh, this is dope, like I like what you're doing. There's this one Japanese DJ that follows me on Instagram and I'm just like, man, like if I could go to Japan, like I could already link up with a DJ.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm like, man, like this is crazy, and like and stuff like that is just inspiring too. Like that inspires me. But yeah,
Um,
there's plenty of artists. It's kind of hard to like think about them all right now.
so
But yeah,
um, so I'm gonna assume we're like the same age.
oh yeah, I'm 20,
How old are you?
26.
29. So we're almost the same age, right?
Yeah,
All right. So we didn't grow up with like smartphones, cell phones for most of our, youth, right?
yeah, we had the phones on the wall. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
still,
the phones on the wall, the internet in the library. Um,
yep.
so how do you feel as like an artist now, putting you and your work out there for the world to see? Like, are you? Where do you see yourself doing your work? Where do you want to go?
I've always like when I was young, like 12 years old, I always wanted to be from New York. Like I always wanted to be from New York because it's like the mecca of hip hop and like there's just I feel like there's just so many opportunities out there and I feel like I could really put in a lot of groundwork out there if I were to ever go out there. And that's kind of where I want to work towards getting there and getting those opportunities to work out there. And like I feel it coming sooner or later. Like just with the like the recent attention like myself and E's World have been getting, like I feel like we're on the right path to get there. So yeah, I see myself in New York working with a producer. I've always wanted to be I have had dreams of being hit up like by Alchemist or some shit and being
Yeah,
like fly to New York, let's work on like this like 10 song 10-song project or something like that.
that's sick.
Yeah, I've
That's
always wanted.
good. I was listening to a Alchemist interview yesterday. He's been one of my favorite producers for like the last 10 years. And he just keeps coming with it, dude. He is
Yeah,
like, the stuff he makes, the stuff he samples. It's like, I don't know where this guy gets it from. He's still like digging in crates, to this day. And
and this is amazing,
it's
man.
impressive, bro. Like, it's just like he's making magic in the studio.
Yeah,
Alchemist, the alchemist. Um, but yeah, man, no, I was like, I really looked up to his stuff and like all the artists he's working with, man. It's like all those rappers are like my favorite rappers right now.
yeah, and like he does my favorite type of style of beats, and he works with my favorite type of style of artists. Cause like my favorite genre of rap it's like that gritty, like real rap, like real gritty bars, like anywhere from like Mobb Deep to Griselda. Like
Yep.
man, I love all that
Yeah.
shit.
I think like my top right now is like Action Bronson, Freddie Gibbs,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
Conway the Machine. He's
yeah,
like he's God right now for me. I don't know, man. He's doing it crazy, and yeah, I love that they're all working with Alchemist, and
yeah.
yeah, the whole camp is crazy.
For 2 years straight now. You know how Apple Music does like the end of year artist
Yeah,
thing?
the top artists and stuff like they're yeah.
I've been number 1 in mine for 2 years. Like for 2 years.
So you got like your ear is tuned to like that type of music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I've been listening to him for a long time, bro. Like when his one of his albums came out, it was one of my friend's brother's albums,
yeah,
and I just happened to steal it, right? But then eventually I got my own copy,
yeah,
and but yeah, man, like I've been following Alchemist since, and I've always had like an ear for those type of producers, or because I never knew what it was until I got older. It was like his samples, it's the stuff that he couldn't recreate that he created or recreated.
yeah. It's just like it's crazy how it's just like an endless pot for him. He can just keep doing it. It's so crazy. It's so amazing to see every time. Like it's so crazy.
Was over the summer I got to listen to Alfredo with him and Freddie Gibbs. That
Yeah,
album is hard, bro. Like Freddie is a monster when it comes to writing, and like Alchemist is doing like all his different styles with all the different songs, and it's I think for the summer it was definitely my favorite album.
yeah. Same, same. I was happy to see it get nominated for a Grammy because I I thought Freddie Gibbs would have been nominated for a Grammy when he did the Madlib album, but he
Yeah,
didn't even get a nomination. So I was like, man. So I was pretty happy.
listening.
And then like, and now Alchemist is with him too. And then like, I feel like they're like most likely to win.
I think so, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, they'll get something. If not, if not a nomination for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so music producers, who do you like to listen to, like out of those guys working with Alchemist?
Oh, I would say my favorites are probably Currency and Action Bronson.
Kirksey?
Yeah,
Oh man, I've been on the Action Bronson kick for like the last 2, 3 years.
yeah, bro. Yeah, he's in my top 5. Like
Yeah,
currently, he's my top 5.
I
Like
think
he's,
so.
I met him actually.
No way.
Yeah, I met him when he came to Chicago for some festival in 2017,
Yeah,
and he had did a book signing for his Fuck That's Delicious book.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, he signed my book, and I was like, this was like I was the first time I feel like I've been starstruck.
yeah.
He's not that tall. He's just big. Like, he's
Yeah,
just a
he's a
big
big dude, but yeah, now he's
yeah.
full. But yeah,
I was just like, man, I was just really appreciative because he's exactly how he is. Like how
yeah.
you hear him, like that's how he is as a person, and like that was just like good for me because I hear stories of like you meet your favorite artist and they're not how
Not
you expect.
not that cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
like
never meet your heroes, right?
yeah, but action, it was like, yo, this guy's the man. Like, bro, he pulled up late, and he got out of the car, like he had a full pizza with him, like a full pizza, like, and it was
That's
crazy.
why he was late.
He had like a garbage pizza, and he was just like eating it, signing everyone's books, and like, but still interacting with people, like
Yeah,
letting them tell stories. Because I went up to him and I was just like, bro, like I just appreciate the way you rap, like you having fun with it. You put so much imagery, like, and like people can see that shit when they're listening to it, and they can like they just laugh at it. Like, man, it's
yeah.
just so. And he inspires me a lot too with like inspiring my writing style, just like having more fun with it, being creative and putting imagery in it, making people really see what I'm saying. Like, man,
Because he talks a lot of like funny shit, like over the top stuff, a lot of sports references,
yep,
uh,
a lot of that, like,
a
man,
lot of funny shit. Fun like Action Bronson. He had an art show in San Francisco, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
I got to meet the guy curating it, Jeremy Fish. He's an illustrator from out there, and to me it was such an interesting crowd because they gave out weed, they gave out tree, they gave out pens. There was like a funny polka band in the background, and it was just him, with his paintings on the wall. And by like 5 minutes in, and they had like a big smoke section. And I feel like when you make these kind of events, it takes some creativity, it takes some planning, and it takes a creative person to do it. So I
yeah,
think him teaming up with another artist, it's like uh, collaboration. It's you're not just creating the art on the wall, you're creating space, atmosphere, like a show. So it wasn't a hip hop show, it was an art show.
yeah,
And I just find that to be fascinating when it comes to an artist. Like
yeah. How he can do, like he has multitudes. Like man, yeah,
when you think about it, man, it's like, oh man, this is you're planning the event, you're gonna curate the music, your art's on the wall, and someone has to DJ this shit. So it's like planning these things. It's, to me, it's like over the top, subtle in a subtle way, but it's like just keeping it real casual with real people.
yeah. And yeah, even that type of stuff inspires me too. Cause like I don't know if you've seen recently, I've been doing these collages, like these cause collages, and just like other random ones.
Yeah.
And I've just been getting really into making art as well as still doing my music.
Oh.
And I feel like it's been pretty natural for me. It's nothing forced where it seems weird. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he done rapping and now he's just doing art now. Like I feel like people like they get it. Like I'm simultaneously like doing both. Like
Yeah.
trying my hand at both. So yeah, it feels really natural, and I'm really liking it.
Yeah, I'm gonna invite you. I have a art studio, like a gallery space, and it's not close. It's in Maryville.
Yeah,
I'm a art curator for a tattoo shop, but they have a gallery side to them. If you wanna show some work, I'm inviting you. It's an invitation if you want to put some artwork up.
said in Maryville.
Yeah, it's in Maryville.
Okay.
We can talk about it later. But if
Yeah,
you're interested, there's a gallery looking for different artists. Like right now, like I paint like abstractly.
yeah,
There's a lot of surreal paintings, more abstract paintings. I got a guy who does graffiti, but you did like these little graffiti illustrations with like lettering and type. So it's all genre. It's not just, but you got some pop surrealism with like Kyle style stuff.
oh yeah. I'll show it to you because I've sold a few, but I just haven't dropped them off yet.
Nice.
So I bought this cause book from his exhibition called Where the End Starts.
Yeah.
I book, and I've had it for a while, and I just decided I was like, I think I'm gonna make something out of these. Like I think I'm gonna cut these out of the book.
Nice.
Like this is one of the first ones I made.
Oh yeah. These are dope.
Yeah.
These are so sick.
Yeah, this one's already sold, and I'm not even like selling them for too high right now because like
Yeah.
again I'm still like just starting
Yeah.
like doing everything, so it's coming naturally, but like I'm liking where I'm going with it so far.
This is sick. You know what this reminds me of? It's like
So
people taking companion dolls, right? And painting
yeah,
them. This is
yeah,
you just doing like cutting the shit out the book and collaging it.
yeah, yeah,
That's sick. I like that.
yeah. I got this, and there's this one.
Dude.
Yeah,
All right. So that's a
that,
phone, right? Like old school.
yeah. When Cause used to he used to tag the phone booths in the
Yeah.
bus stop.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
is yeah, yeah.
That's sick. That's
And like
awesome.
titled them and everything. Like I've titled all the pieces, so like man, I'm just really having fun with it right now.
Dude, please keep doing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I'll show you this is actually the first one I made, and this is the only one that hasn't sold.
Oh, that's Keith Haring.
Yeah, and no, Kate Moss.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did a lot of that with like models and stuff from like the bus stop ads.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
like
like
one of the first dudes to do that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. His style has always been like Cause's style is just it's always captured me. It's always
Yeah.
like, man, I really like this. And then one that always stuck out to me, he has a ad on a bus stop. It's one of the Got Milk ads.
Yeah.
There's the companion face
Yeah.
around the face that's there, and then I'm like, this face looks familiar, and then I found out it's the kid from Stuart Little. So I'm like, man, I'm like, this like it just really grabbed me. I'm like, dude, like, man, I just love this art shit, man. So it's so crazy.
I think he's cool because he has like, a sense of humor with it. It's
Yeah, yeah,
creating pieces on the street for people to enjoy.
yeah, yeah,
Because his character, his ex characters are, to me, they're hilarious and they're just so easy to manipulate other things. So like you give people, X eyes, they're instantly known as like cause characters or companions.
yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like that subtle thing is just so ingenious because it's so simple. But
yeah,
like now it's a worldwide thing. Everyone knows who cause is. Everyone knows who does this. And I think like that was like ultimate marketing.
yeah. Like inspiring too, because it's like you go from doing bus stop graffiti, billboard graffiti, to having your companion in the Macy's parade. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, dude, that was wild.
like that. I remember seeing that in high school and being like, yo, like that is the biggest, like, that's the best story I've seen so far. Like, man. And then he did, like, I think it was 2018, he did the Dior fashion show.
Yeah,
Like, he had the one of the big BFFs like right in the middle where they
yep,
were walking around. Like it's just like, man, like he can just he keeps elevating. He keeps
yeah.
up.
With like the resale value on all those Dior things, dude, they like doubled, tripled. It was crazy. So it's like, artists are able to get to that caliber. And to me, it's just fascinating because, one day you're doing it on the street, the next thing you know, you're in a fine art gallery,
Yeah,
you're in a fashion show with, the highest level of,
the fact.
fashions, and you're in like the biggest art galleries in the world. And it's like this all started from some dude, drawing on a piece of paper, throwing it up in the street. So it's like this is to me, it's
Yeah,
boom.
like the ultimate come up. Like
Yeah,
go from doing like graffiti, which is like so looked down upon, and
yeah,
then
it's like outsider art almost.
yeah, to the transition where like now all your art can be respected like across the world. Like man, like that's so inspiring, man.
Yeah, from like here to Japan, he's the biggest thing.
It's
So,
like he did 808s and Heartbreak cover. Like that was really when I like really was into him. When 808s first came out, like man, I was like, this cover is crazy. This cover is just so dope.
did
Man.
you ever watch Doug as a kid?
Oh yeah, and then like man, that was like in 2016. I was really researching him heavy. I'm like,
Yeah.
he and Doug, like he was the reason. Like I have a Doug Funko Pop. Like I got it just because of him. I'm like, dude, like yeah, I've researched like everything he's worked on. He worked on 101 Dalmatians, like all that shit. And I'm like, dude, like he's been in my childhood without me even knowing it. Like, and that's so crazy. That's
I
so crazy.
think that's another way to like, get to the adults. It's
Yeah,
first we liked them as a kid, and then now we're like buying his stuff for like two, three, four, five, $600 a companion toy.
yeah, paying $500 for this space one, man. Like crazy.
It's well worth it, man. Hold on to it for a couple of years.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because it's like, people hold on to them and sell them, and it's to me, it's you're collecting art. It's a easy way to make an investment in your art
Yeah,
collection. So he even gave like the little people something to hold on to, which is really cool. So it's
Yeah,
like his art's for everybody.
yeah. I've always respected that, man. Because like, there's some artists where it's like, yeah, you're not gonna get this unless you go to a Sotheby's auction.
Yeah,
Like,
but for
yeah,
real, for
yeah,
real.
like Banksy. Like, you're not gonna get a Banksy. Like,
Unless you're like first on the scene and you're taking, a chisel and hammer to that shit. Uh, but yeah. Oh, okay. So we're still talking graffiti, still talking artists. Um, let's talk about Banksy.
let's do it.
What do you like about Banksy?
I like I like the conversation he brings up, and like his intention to bring up conversation with his pieces. I really like that. And man, because I first I think I learned about him in 2012, I want
Yeah,
to say, and then I watched Exit Through the Gift Shop, that documentary, and like just all just all the conversation that would spark around his pieces and all the interest and like people's obsession, and they don't even know who he is. Like they don't even you don't even know this man. You don't know his face. You just know his work when you see it, and it's just like, man, and just to get people to want it
yeah,
and but not even know you, but they're just interested in like they're interested in the conversations other people will. Well, I guess they're interested in the attention that they'll get if they have it, and like it's just so crazy that he created that, and he probably didn't want it, but he just like he just does it. Like, man, he's just fascinating, man.
I feel like I don't know, like to me, what he does is so much to be from like one person. I know he has like assistants and stuff, but
Oh yeah, he has a whole team.
yeah,
Yeah,
but to me, it's like having all those ideas,
yeah, yeah.
like
That
and replicating them, fabricating them in like big art installations.
hmm
You have you heard of Dismal Land?
Oh, bro,
Like
yes.
the big theme park that was like not just Banksy, but there was so many artists, but there was a big Banksy installations, all over the
Yeah,
place.
yeah. Because my favorite piece from that is the Mickey Mouse where he's like eaten by a snake, but you can tell it's Mickey and the snake. Like when I saw that, I lost my mind, bro. I was like, this dude is like, he's a genius. He is a genius, man.
They even hired like actors to work as like the carny people to
Yeah,
work it, and they were just bad mouthing people, bad mouthing them, not saying anything about the artist. But that was to me, it was like this is so funny because
yeah,
they're poking at different things happening all over the world where it
yeah.
comes to like either police brutality or big oil, big banking, consumerism.
hmm
It's just poking fun at the people that go there,
Yep.
which is hilarious because me and
Because they
people
know
like you and me, we want to go there, but it's a little far out of our way at the moment. But um, well, yeah, I think art installations like that, that get worldwide attention is good with for messages, like you say. It comes up in conversation. Like we're talking about it now, and it's been like 3-4 years.
Yeah. Have you ever seen when he did that whole run through New York City for like a month straight?
Yeah,
Like
his
that was,
his art tour, his art gallery tour.
yeah,
That was crazy.
that was crazy. Like so many people like every day just searching for the new one, and then like yeah, in the conversations that would just happen. Because remember he did the I think he did the rat with the stop sign
Yeah,
on the wall. He put it in Brooklyn,
yeah,
and he's like, most people like art enthusiasts have never even been to this part of New York, and like they're going to see this Banksy, and then like their guy the group of guys there charging them to
yeah,
take the photos.
yeah.
Man, it's just like, bro,
Yeah,
man,
it was definitely some like hood shady character. Be like, hey, you gotta give me $1. You gotta give me some money for this.
it's like,
They're
yeah,
like, first on the scene.
you can't come to my side of town where some over and just think you're gonna like just take it
Yeah,
and then give me nothing. Like, man, that's so crazy. That's so crazy.
I think my favorite was like at the end of the tour, or the art residency, as he would call it, was there was like this big Banksy balloon, you know, said Banksy on it.
Yeah, like a throw up. Yeah,
Yeah, it was like throw up style, but it was like a big balloon.
yeah,
Someone like climbed the building to grab it, and the first dude that grabbed it was like getting arrested for it. But then they threw like they had to get a paddy wagon, right? So they threw that big old sign in the back of the
yeah,
paddy wagon,
yeah. Like it was a
like
person. Like yeah,
like a perpetrator.
it's like yeah, we caught him finally at the end of the residency. We caught Banksy. Like we gotten like no, you
Oh
didn't.
man. Oh, or another one was like this is a New York accent when you did like you know like the hand lettering.
Yeah, the style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was fucking trippy.
yeah. He's dope like that, man. And the one he did, I remember seeing it when when it happened when he was
Yeah,
on the where he did that old man was selling like the original Banksies for like I think
yeah,
like
$60.
a piece,
Yeah,
and now the like each one was worth over like a quarter million.
yep.
Was crazy.
Yeah,
That
I
was
recently saw like a Bernie Sanders, you know, where he's just sitting there.
oh yeah
I
yeah
seen I seen that in that little shop that they posted up in New York. So I was
yeah
like, man, that's so funny.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Or did you see the Sotheby's auction house gag
Oh
where he like ripped up the girl with the balloon?
yeah.
That to me was by far like the funniest thing because like for me I don't really like auction houses because it's like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of old art that they probably like stole or someone stole a long time ago,
Yep.
and it's like not really representative of the actual people, like you know regular humans. It's
Mm-hmm.
usually like you know rich bougie whatever people.
They just want to have it just to say they have it.
Yeah, it's like just to show their friends, you know, like oh this is an elusive Banksy that I have in my living room.
So yeah, you could never get this, but you could come over my house if you want to. Like, yeah,
I think his commentary is so funny because like you know he talks about that too. It's like it's you know rich people are buying my shit and I'm not getting much for it.
yeah,
Um, but
like
he's still doing it.
yeah,
And I think it's like full circle too because he's doing it against it, but when it happens, he's you know he's making a statement, but at the same time the statement isn't like clear because it's bought from
hmm
someone in an auction house, so it's super commercial at the same time that it was like street art. So it's like street art becoming luxury. It's
yeah,
it's it's another one of those stories where it comes from street art to you know this Kaz toy or this Banksy on the wall. It's crazy because you know these are street things transitioning into high end art
yeah.
without the artist being like
Like,
uh
like
where's my money.
have any say in it or anything, and it's just like because if he did, he would reveal himself pretty much.
Yeah, I think though he did it for the right reasons because now he's using you know the income that he does get from his art on like off his website to help people, you know, to save people. He like saves a group of refugees in the middle of an ocean by like sending a rescue boat, and that was like to me it was like you know this is the most humane thing I've heard of in like the country that should have been like helping them. They didn't do anything. So it's
Yeah,
like it's that commentary he's making by doing stuff that other people wouldn't do.
yeah, it's really wild because yeah, when you think about stuff like that, because when the Notre Dame building burned
Yeah,
down, like we were the first ones to step in,
yeah.
like. But it's like, man, our country's been in a pandemic for how long now? And it's like, you guys didn't even want to give us another 1,200. Like,
No,
like
dude, you guys are not for the people. You know, they're for the corporations that line their pockets. They're for the bankers. They're for the gas companies, the pharmaceutical companies. Uh, I don't know, man. It's a weird system to be a part of, and I'm not comfortable.
yeah, I feel it. Yeah,
Um,
it was the last crazy 4 years. I'll tell you that much.
oh man, I don't even know. It feels like this whole pandemic thing isn't. It's not going away, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you. I've been getting a little stir crazy myself, like a little cabin fever
Yeah,
type vibe. Yeah.
Even now, like it's cold out. It's like even less reason to go out. But
Yeah. And
uh,
it's, yeah. But yeah, that kind of what started me making these collages. I'm like, man, I can't go anywhere, can't do anything. I'm just like, I gotta stop myself from going crazy in this house. Like, let me just be creative. Let me make myself creative so something good can come out of this.
yeah. Um, did you ever collect like toys as a kid?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
because I was really into Dragon Ball Z as a
Oh
kid. So
yeah.
I used to like when I would go to my grandparents' house, they would give me like just like little money here and there, like 5-10 bucks if I did like little chores around their house.
Yeah.
So I would try as much as possible to try to get enough to buy a new Dragon Ball Z toy at the end of the week. And like I used to have the Go Tanks, like all the Gokus. I had like 3 different Gokus. I had a like the super buff Trunks when he's Super Saiyan. Like man, I had so many toys. I remember in 3rd grade, I had like a Broly toy that was like this big.
Yeah.
And we had lockers in 3rd grade, but they didn't have locks. Like none of them had
You
locks.
smashed
And
it.
yeah, somebody snatched it.
Uh,
I was so salty because that was like one of my favorites. It was my biggest toy, and I was just like, bro, and like I probably would still have it today
yeah.
if they like man. Yeah, I've always been super into toys. Like that's just the kid in me. Like
Yeah.
I appreciate like that I've kept that. Like I'll always have that. I always have like that love for the things from my childhood.
No, I think that shows through your music too, man. And I appreciate it as a almost adult. I don't,
Yeah.
but it's nostalgic. It's you know you shine through when it comes to like your music videos, your style, your raps, and you know just how you carry yourself and what you wear. It's colorful like the '90s. It's you know it's influenced by like popular culture and it's street you know street fashion. Um, I think you just got like a good palette to work with when it comes to your stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I've been trying to develop it for a while now. Now I have it where I'm like, okay, yeah, like this is exactly what I was aiming for the entire time to have like this set style. Like, yes, this is my sound, this is my style, this is the message like I want to get across every time I release something. So yeah, I'm loving where I'm at right now. I'm thankful for where I'm at right now.
No, it definitely you definitely like you know crafted you. So that's uh how would I say it respected. You know you're coming through as you, and you know there's a lot of not so cool dudes out there, right?
Yeah, yeah, cause like yeah, I know because there's people who just have that ego of like yeah I'm this, but they don't really they just project that like when they're talking about themselves, it doesn't project in their work.
Yeah, yeah. No, then again, they get like other producers to do it, other directors to do it. So it's like all they gotta do is show up and word their music. And
Yeah, it's pretty much laid out for them.
yeah,
Like
no, I don't know. It's like what you're doing with the guys you're doing it with. It's like, all right, it's authentic. It's
yeah, we're
it's
creating.
casual. It feels real, you know. It feels like laid back, but it's like it's hard, bro. Like what you're doing is hard as fuck. And you know, like I listen into it all the way up, and uh, it's just a lot of good quality. Like what you're doing, you know, it sounds like you know good quality work. And when it comes to you know your music videos and stuff like that, you know, you took a lot of time. And if it didn't take a lot of time, it looked like it took a lot of time.
Oh yeah, it took some time because I definitely didn't want to rush. I don't want to rush myself anymore. Like if I don't think it's like if I don't think it fits like what I'm trying to get across, like then I'm gonna take the time to just develop it. Like I don't. There's no need to rush if it's not gonna turn out how it needs to. Like and that's just something I've learned a lot. like while doing this?
Pandemic aside, like, what do you plan on doing once, like, you know, restrictions are off and you could perform in person again? Would you be doing any in-person performances anytime after that? Or are you trying to like just put out more content, more music videos? Like, what's the short-term future looking like for you?
Yeah, post pandemic, I definitely want to get back on stage again because like that's where I feel most free. Like performing, like I feel like I'm able to get a lot of my stress out performing. Like I feel good. I always feel good after performing. Like I usually get more reaction from performing than I do when I like first release the music, and I really I need that. I need that a lot because like I feel like I don't experience the feedback too much like when you just release music, but when you're performing for, like right in front of people, like when
Yeah,
you leave this, people will come up to you and it's like I need that sometimes because it's just
yeah,
like it's like I know I'm putting my all into this, but if I'm not getting like anything back from it, it's just it's hard to keep going sometimes. It's like,
yeah,
am I headed the right direction? Like, do people really like this, or are they just like sharing because I know them? Like these people I know, so they're sharing my music and things. But when I perform, like I really get the feel of like, yo, I'm heading the right direction because people like they genuinely like this. Like they'll come up to me like it's not like me coming up to them just like, yo, what you guys think or anything like that. It's like it's real authentic and organic and like I'm just so thankful for that, man. Like man, that's the best thing I can ask for. Is just getting that feedback and like that love back, bro. Like even like you hitting me up and being like you appreciate this, like man, it just it means a lot. It means a lot.
no, dude, I just want you to keep doing it because I like listening. Um, like for me, it's like, all right, you're a local dude, and you're another man of color, and it's like, we're just trying to be young professionals, trying to do something for ourselves, for our people,
Yeah,
and it comes out and it comes off that way. But it's good to get recognition too. It's like, am I doing it for, I'm doing it for me, but I'm doing it for y'all too. It's like I want y'all to listen and give me
yeah,
that, reassurance that you are listening, that feedback, so I could do it better. I could have better product for you. I could, what am I not talking about? What am I not touching on? And
yeah.
it's full circle. It's
It's give and take type
yeah,
thing.
no, it has to be, or else you're gonna be like, I'm done. Like,
Yeah,
fuck this. I'm
yeah.
gonna go fuck shit off. I don't know, but
Like, I'm
it's
wrapped this. It's like
hip hop is dead. um, damn, dude. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have any more questions. Do you have any questions?
wait, so are you like in San Francisco right now?
No, bro. I had to move back. Because I had a really sweet art installation job. Right. I was a professional art installer, and I was working on really big like construction projects.
Yeah,
And that had to come to a halt because of uh, COVID. So I had to move back, and I didn't want to move back, right? But like San Francisco was locked down, the Bay Area was locked down, and I just had to come back because like it's expensive, bro. And it's like if I wasn't gonna have income, I was just like,
yeah. Frisco's pretty expensive, I've heard.
it is expensive, man. If you got the money, I'll recommend living there for a little bit, but it's like you need to be a professional doing some heavy shit if you're gonna live there.
Yeah.
Um, but no, dude, I met a lot of dope artists out there when I was there, and I got to work at the Conservatory of Flowers, and then
Hmm.
that was cool. That was like a side job for me, and I got to know those people really cool. So if I ever move back, I probably have a job with them.
Yeah.
Um, but it was just a good to experience that, like live out there and hang out in California and take that in because honestly, dude, it did change me. Like I wanted to be, I I was like artist, but I was like, just having fun with it. I was like, okay, now I got to take it seriously and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
talk to my artist friends. I was like, all right, I'm here right now. We could do some stuff here because there's a big creative community here. It's just not out there, like we got people like you, Ease World. There's a ton of rappers here. There's a bunch of artists here, but we're just not like on the spotlight like that. I mean, we're between Chicago and Milwaukee. Chicago, one of the biggest cities in the world, one of the best restaurants in the world. And we got Milwaukee, has a ton of beautiful art museums and a ton of architecture, and
oh,
we're in the
there are,
middle, we're the bridge.
yeah,
Where's our attention?
yeah. Milwaukee's art museum is sick, bro.
It's
Like,
crazy. It's
yeah,
awesome. Like I just like took photos of just the architecture. I didn't even like. I love art. I love listening and talking and blowing about art. But it's like the architecture was looking wild to me.
yeah, like just walking up to it, you're just like, wow, like,
Yeah.
wow.
And it's massive. It's so huge, and then the inside's so big and modern, and it's like a temple. It's like a big temple to art, and
Yeah,
it's so cool because yeah, you just walk up to it and you're like, whoa. It's like walking to a spaceship, walking into like a big sea ship, and it's uh, it's fun. It's a lot of fun to be into that kind of environment.
yeah, it really is, man.
Dude, it was like, but yeah, I was in a band. Have you heard of the MF Mariachis?
No, I haven't. I
No.
haven't.
All right, we're out of North Chicago. And we
Hmm.
were doing shit for a while, and like we haven't done anything in like a year because of like COVID and stuff. So it's like we haven't been able to jam together. But yeah, we're a local band, and we just played a lot of shows in like Waukegan underground stuff. Um, but yeah, no, we were like a blues rock band with like Latin influence. So sounds
Yeah.
crazy. Sounded fun.
I'm all for like supporting like the music scene, like any of it, because I used to do shows like um like mixed genre shows.
Yeah.
I used to go to Milwaukee and we would do like hardcore hip hop shows. That shit would get crazy, but like the
Right?
hardcore kids love hip hop.
Yeah. Why
Bro,
wouldn't they?
bro, and I performed Osmosis for a hardcore crowd, and
Yeah.
that was the
It's
best.
hard as fuck. It goes hard.
Yeah, it was so crazy. Like just to see a bunch of kids moshing to that
Yeah.
song, it was so dope. It was so dope, man.
I put together an art show sometime like a year ago, right? It was at the Belvedere Mall,
Hmm.
and I got a bunch of hip hop artists, local hip hop artists, and like a couple rock bands from the area too. So it was like hip hop, rock and roll.
Yeah.
It was cool, bro. And then it was like at the arcade, the old school arcade.
Yep.
It
Yep.
was in that spot. So it was weird because it had like the old carpeting stuff, and it was all weird and stuff. And it was cool because we filled up that whole little area,
Still
and
a good vibe, right? Yeah.
it was like a art walk in the mall. So that was cool.
Yeah, artwork's always been sick over here. Like that's always been a local thing that inspired me too. Artwork has always been pretty dope because you get to discover like
Yeah,
the people talented around you. Like that's always been a dope thing too.
I think there was only like one or two art parks or art walks this year,
Yeah.
and I got to go out to one of them, and I sold a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it was cool and sad to see it go, because that was like another area for musicians to play or rappers to perform at with like.
Yeah. Cause yeah, we used to perform at the mic all the time.
Yeah, yeah, and that went away too.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're like dwindling when it comes to venues. I think we got like one big venue, and that's like the base station. um I don't even know like any other venue right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't either.
So we're kind of dry at the moment, man. And like right now, I don't even know where to start. If we had to like put shows together, it was like, dang, because I used to curate like shows, like music and
Yeah,
art simultaneously. So it's just like just trying to put that together because it's cool because you get a bunch of young people, get the music going, and if you add some alcohol in there,
oh yeah, yeah,
but it's that space that I like to create. It's atmosphere, it's a happening. Some people are gonna go do some fun stuff, see some cool stuff, and most of all just enjoy themselves.
yeah. And that's the best part, man.
That's the
Like,
best part of doing it. That's why I do it anyways. It's like I'm not gonna get paid for this. I'm just gonna put the show together and let it do its thing.
I don't get paid for like any shows I do. It's just like I enjoy doing it, and like I enjoy like making crowd hype and like everybody having a good time. Like that is literally the best part of it. Like
I think that's why we do it, dude. It's like, well, I'm not getting paid, but I'm gonna have a good time. So
yeah,
this is what I'm for.
yeah,
Oh man, but yeah, dude, I had like an hour and a half of your time. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna probably just cut off like the last half or the beginning where I couldn't
yeah.
hear you. I'm probably just
Mhm,
gonna chop that off and this part off, and that'd be the most of the interview.
for sure.
Um, but dude, I appreciate you, man, and thank you for agreeing to this. And you said some really cool stuff, and I appreciate you as an artist. And yeah, just keep on writing, bro. What you do is you got good voice and you got some good words. So man, just use it. And I hope you make it out to New York.
Yeah,
And I hope to see you out there, man. If you're gonna be out there, I'll see you out there.
yeah, man. I appreciate you too, man. Like I appreciate all the support because like again, it just means a lot because like it just helps me keep going. And how you're telling me like yeah, keep going because you're liking what you see. So it goes a long way, man.
Dude,
So
it's a professional level, man. Get paid for it. I hope you get paid for this. I hope you get
well,
paid for all of this.
first show like one time, and it's
Yeah.
just like, but that even that still like motivates me. Like yeah, yeah, like I can keep doing this even if I don't get paid. Like I can get somewhere from this because like people are seeing like the work we're putting into this.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And if you ever want to work together in the future, like we could put together like a show, like um, because like I used to, like I said, I run or I ran, like exhibitions, I would say,
Mhm.
or like events. So it's just like all it is like contacting your homies. Hey, you want to perform? Hey, you want to put some artwork on the walls, and it just becomes a natural event. And we hit up all our people, and everyone comes and mingles and enjoys each other's company, and it's like it's always been like peace, like I feel like the adults in our community are just like, oh, you get all these crazy kids together and they're gonna fuck shit up. And like whenever we get
Yeah,
together, it's just like chill as fuck, and all we do is vibe with the music and have a ton of fun.
yeah, just have a good time, man. And that's it, man. That's really all we're trying to do.
Right?
And they just
Like, who's worried about it? Like we're not worried about it,
like they act like they weren't young once. Like
right? Though I was like, whatever. Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, bro, just let's keep in contact, and I'll put
yeah,
this thing out and I'll let you know. But again, this is keeping it contemporary with what is real. My homie Hirsch. Keep it real, homie. You'll be good, bro.
all right, bro. You too.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right.